There comes a moment in almost everyone's life when they look around and quietly wonder if they're behind. You see someone buying the house you thought you'd have by now. Someone else launches a business you've been talking about for years. Another person seems to have found love, purpose, confidence, or success, while you're still trying to figure out your next step. It's easy to believe you're losing a race that no one officially announced, but here's the truth that changes everything. Most of us are comparing our real lives to someone else's highlight reel. We compare our unfinished chapters to the polished ending someone chose to share. We compare our doubts to their certainty, our failures to their victories, and our everyday moments to the best 60 seconds they post online. No wonder so many people feel like they're falling behind. The problem isn't that you're moving too slowly. The problem is that you've been measuring your life with someone else's roller. Imagine planting two seeds on the same day. One becomes a sunflower, the other becomes an oak tree. A few months later, the sunflower is standing tall, bright and beautiful. The oak still looks small. If you judge only by what you could see, you think the sunflower had won. But years later, the sunflower has completed its cycle, while the oak is only beginning to reveal what it was always becoming. The oak was never late. It was growing according to its nature. People are not different. Some dreams bloom quickly. Others spend years building roots that nobody noticed. Those invisible years are often the strongest. Foundations are built. We live in a culture that celebrates visible results, but rarely celebrates invisible effort. People applaud the promotion, but not the years of discipline that earn it. They admire the confident speaker without seeing the countless moments they doubted themselves. They praise the successful entrepreneur while forgetting the nights filled with uncertainty, rejection, and fear. What you see is almost never the whole story. Every person you admire has chapters they don't post, moments where they question everything, days when they wanted to quit, conversations they wish had gone differently, dreams that didn't work out. The difference isn't that successful people never struggle. The difference is that they refuse to let struggle become their identity. That's an important distinction. Your current situation is not your identity. Being broke doesn't mean you're incapable. Being rejected doesn't mean you're unworthy. Being lost doesn't mean you'll stay lost. Being afraid doesn't mean you're weak. These are experiences, they are not definitions. Too many people build permanent identities around temporary seasons. I fail soon becomes I'm a failure. Those two sentences are worlds apart. One describes an event, the other becomes a prison. The language you use to yourself matters more than you realize. Every day you're having conversations inside your own mind. Some people spend years speaking to themselves in ways they never speak to someone they love. They celebrate everyone else's progress while dismissing their own. They forgive everyone else's mistakes while replaying their own. They believe in everyone else's potential while questioning their own. Imagine what would change if your inner voice becomes your greatest source of encouragement instead of your harshest critic. Not because you're suddenly become perfect, but because you finally will become an ally to yourself. Growth has a strange way of happening. While you're living it, it often feels invisible. Think about learning to read as a child. There wasn't one magical morning when you woke up knowing every word. It happened letter by letter, sentence by sentence, page by page. Progress rarely announces itself. More transformation happens quietly. It's happening every time you choose patience over anger, every time you keep your word, every time you learn from a mistake instead of hiding from it, every time you decide to begin again. These moments seem small, but confidence is usually the small moments, repeated consistently, become extraordinary lives. People often wait until they feel confident before they take action, but confidence is usually their reward, not their requirement. The musician gains confidence by performing. The writer gains confidence by writing. The athlete gains confidence by training. The entrepreneur gains confidence by solving problems. Action creates confidence far more often then confidence creates action. If you keep waiting until you feel completely ready, you'll spend most of your life waiting. No one ever feels perfectly prepared for the biggest opportunities of their lives. They simply choose to begin. Another truth worth remembering is this: you don't have to become someone else to build a meaningful life. The world consistently encourages imitation. Dress like this, think like that, build your life exactly this way. But the people who leave the deepest impact rarely become unforgettable by blending in. They become unforgettable by becoming more themselves. Authenticity isn't about being perfect, it's about being honest. It's about living in a way that doesn't require pretending. There's a quiet kind of freedom that comes when you stop performing for approval. Not everyone will understand you, not everyone will support you, not everyone will stay. And that's okay. Your life isn't meant to be explained into acceptance. It's meant to be lived with integrity. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is permission to evolve. You are allowed to outgrow old habits. You are allowed to change your opinions. You are allowed to choose a different direction. You are allowed to walk away from environments that no longer helps you grow. Growth isn't betrayal. Growth is evidence that you're paying attention to life. There will always be people who only know an old version of you. Let them. You don't owe anyone the responsibility of staying the same just to make them comfortable. Keep growing anyway. And finally, remember this: your value has never depended on your follower count, on your income, on your relationship status, on your job title, or the number of people applauding you. Those things may change many times throughout your life. Your value does not. The world may celebrate what you achieve, but the people who truly matter will remember how you made them feel. Your kindness, your courage, your honesty, your willingness to keep going when giving up would have been easier. Those are the things that leave a legacy. So if today feels uncertain, don't panic. If progress feels slow, don't stop. If the path ahead isn't perfectly clear, keep walking. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the next step. Sometimes the next step is enough. Years from now, you'll look back and realize that the moments you thought were delaying your life were actually preparing you for it. Not every closed door was punishment. Not every detour was a mistake. Some roads exist to shape the person who eventually reaches the destination. Keep becoming that person, not because the world expects it, but because the person you're capable of becoming is already waiting on the other side of today's decisions to keep moving forward.